Hi, I'm Iva Kucherenko. This is United 24 Media. Drones struck the Russian city of Kaspiysk, targeting a military naval base, reported the governor of Dagestan Republic on November 6. He stated that air defenses shot down a drone over the city. However, onlookers posted videos of a flyby crashing into the local port. According to Astra Media, the base, which came under attack, houses units of coastal troops, including naval infantry. The Russian flotilla stationed there has launched missile attacks on Ukraine, while the 177th Marine Infantry Regiment has engaged in battles in the Kherson and Zaporizhia region, stated Astra. 6 Ukrainian prisoners of war have been executed by Russian forces in the Pokrovsk direction. Regional prosecutors are investigating how 3 Ukrainian servicemen were taken prisoner on October 23 during an assault on the city of Selidove in the Donetsk region, shortly after which they were killed. Additionally, on November 1st, another group of 3 Ukrainian POWs were summarily executed by Russian soldiers. The Prosecutor General's office is corroborating additional details as the indictment of a war crime is being drafted. To follow the latest news on Ukraine, subscribe to our YouTube channel and leave a comment down below. A Russian-launched Shahed drone attacked Kharkiv for the first time since the summer, adding to a constant stream of everyday aerial threats. The Kharkiv Regional Prosecutor's Office reported that on the evening of November 6, Moscow launched a suicide UAV assault on the city, with the drone being shot down. Fragments of the falling debris wounded at least 3 civilians.
You know, the city of Kharkiv suffers every day from Russian aerial threats, and usually it's guided aerial bombs or ballistic missiles. So the last time a Shahed drone threatened Kharkiv was during the summer, when 3 state emergency service members were killed. Fortunately, today, only 2 or 3 people received minor injuries from the debris, as far as I know.
President Zelenskyy congratulated Republican candidate Donald Trump on his victory in the U.S. presidential election on his X page. He expressed his appreciation for Trump's approach of peace through strength in global affairs, reiterating the need for putting an end to Russian aggression and bringing a just peace to Ukraine. Zelenskyy also communicated his anticipation of continued bilateral support for Ukraine on the part of the United States, political and economic cooperation, and a strengthening of the 2 countries' strategic partnership. Back in September, Zelenskyy met with Trump in New York, who stated it was time Russia's war in Ukraine was settled.
We're going to work very much with both parties to try and get this settled and get it worked out. It has to end. At some point, it has to end. He's gone through hell, and this country has gone through hell like few countries have ever. Like it's happened anywhere. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. It's a terrible situation.
The Ukrainian Foreign Minister Andriy Sybiha noted on X that both presidents will work together to strengthen the Ukraine-US strategic partnership and bring a comprehensive, just and lasting peace closer. A new period of instability in the world. Ukraine calls for concrete actions following the DPRK troop deployment to Russia. In his address posted on Telegram, President Zelenskyy expressed his gratitude towards the preparation of an appropriate response in support of Ukraine, warning, however, of a coming rise of uncertainty in global security.
Terror,
unfortunately, can spread like a virus when it does not meet sufficient counteraction. Now our counteraction must be sufficient, strong enough. Together with the world, we must do everything to make this Russian step to expand the war, to really escalate it, to make this step a failure, both for them and for North Korea.
Meanwhile, the Ukrainian Minister of Defense confirmed in an interview with the South Korean news agency that the Ukrainian military had its first clash, though small-scale, with North Korean troops, and it would take more time for them to be fully deployed to the Kursk front line. The G7 countries, along with 3 of its allies, South Korea, Australia and New Zealand, are preparing a coordinated response to the deployment of North Korean troops to Russia for potential use in the war against Ukraine. The G7 ministers condemned the increasing military cooperation between Pyongyang and Moscow, such as the supply of ballistic missiles to Russia. As was previously reported, the North Korean troops have been amassing on the border with Ukraine since October. German Foreign Minister Annalena Baerbock gave a statement during a visit to the village of Shahed on November 5th. Baerbock condemned the deployment of North Korean troops to Russia. She claimed that the involvement of DPRK soldiers on the battlefield would serve to prolong Russia's war in Ukraine, which she described as being one of obliteration and a campaign of destruction. The village of Shahed in the Chernihiv region experienced a terrorizing 28 days of Russian occupation in March 2022.
The suffering, the inhumanity that people experienced here still chokes you up today. Over 350 people crammed into the basement of a school. Babies, old and elderly people. Everyone had only half a square meter of space. Barely able to move, nothing to eat in the dark. People who had died, children who didn't know what was happening to them. This place makes it clear, and that is also why I'm here today, what Russian occupation means.
Baerbock stated that the terror experienced by the residents of Shahed is a testimony to the destructive nature of Russia's aggression. She also described the critical need for air defense, endorsing German investment in support of Ukraine protecting its skies.
In other words, the further development of self-protection and self-defense, especially in the air against drones, is something that also strengthens and protects our own security. And that is why we, as the German government, have provided so much help to Ukraine over the last 2.5 years, especially in the area of air defense, because, as I said, this air defense is also the best protection for our own security.
Baerbock also paid a visit to a unit protecting the border with Russia in the Chernihiv region. The head of the State Border Guard Service, Lieutenant General Serhiy Dayneko, expressed his gratitude to Germany for their support of Ukraine's capacity to defend itself, while also underlining the continuing need for additional equipment. That's it for today. We're United 24 Media. Thank you for being with us and see you tomorrow.